What's up, honey love? What's up, girl? What's up, little honey love? I see you. What you doing, Red Sonya? What's up, Sonya? Fat Mama Sonya. What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Mayday? Lord Mayday. What's up, boy? What's up, Lord Mayday? What's up, my boy Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? It's my big boy, Doc. What you say? All right. Welcome back to another week, another episode of Game Dog Talk. And of course, we got the legends on the panel. We have legendary schoolboy, Mr. Richard Garcia. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody.
Yes, sir. And we have the legendary Bakri, only in America Kennels. What's up, Bak? How you doing?
Peace and love to the panel, first and foremost, and to the chat. Much love to everybody. I'm doing well.
Yes, indeed. And Ram will be here. You know how Ram do. He'll be in here shortly. Right. So let me do a quick roll call, see what's up to the chat, and we can get started here. Let me see. Jaden Johnson, salute to you, man. Vinny in the building. Illuminati, AJ, Main Event Mark, salute. Walnut, PA, Jason, Fried Lope. Let me see here. Miami Snoopy 305, Mr. Anderson, Rhodes Kennels, Guillory Kennels, Jonathan Carmichael, salute. Mark Wonderlynch, Double M, EU Melanin, salute. Vernon Stones, Ronald Rogers, Dirt Road Kennels, William Torres, Akando Sami Hassan, salute fam. Careless Selman, Apex Alpha, Old Smoke, Burt in the building, Stephen Elder Mack. Let's see here. Corey's, Asiatic Soldier, Sprout, Super, Mazzy Nation, Jerome Washington, Newton Arnold, Pooney, Successful Convicts, salute. Coach Blue, Michael,
Coach Blue.
Yeah, salute. Michael Forgood, Tremel Kluk, Hot Dog, salute. Solo in the building, 200 East, Man, Be in Boxing News, 614 Tree, Javon Smoke. Let's see here. Vernon Starr, COVID 500 Kennels, Tony Gardner, Brother Eli Zachary in the building. What's up, Eli? Feel free to hop on if you got some time, bro.
Brother Eli.
The homie Live Life Real in the building. Salute.
To my man.
Oswaldo. All right, salute to everybody in the building, man. Wayne Fielder, Soul Power, a.k.a. Gamed Up Kennel. Salute, fam. All right, let's go and get down to it. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we got some questions today. Appreciate everybody sending in their questions. Let me get to the first one. Why can't the Eli line sustain a cross over generations to make its own secondary line? This guy was saying basically that if you cross it out, you might get some good dogs that first time, but those dogs aren't sustainable. He's saying from his experience, they aren't sustainable for generations to come. What's your opinion on that, Mr. Garcia?
Well, from my experience, they are. I know people that use it consistently that way, you know, and that's basically what they did. They made a cross, and then they made line breeded after that, or they may go after that cross, go back to their stuff, and then they're going to stick that Eli in there every once in a while, or just put, just keep it Eli cross, the whatever crosses. I think one of the best techniques is to use 3 lines. Like if you want to say, Jeep, Redboy, Rascal, or something like that. So in that sense, that blood is always in there. My buddy does that. He infuses that Eli blood every once in a while. He really don't have to go outside, but he's been using the same Eli blood for years, and it just continues on that way. So I'm not sure if I understand the question, but the way I understand it, that's what people have done. They've taken the Eli and whether it's Eli Carver or, like I said, Jeep Rascal, or if it's Midnight Cowboy, Chivo, Boomerang, or whatever. The Divines did that too with their stuff. They kept that Midnight Cowboy, and Patty, which is Art's sister. So I'm not sure if I get it, but in my opinion, it has been done.
Right. Salute Bake State McKinnells. I see you in the building, homie. Lefty, American Pitbull Terrier. Salute to everybody in here. But Bach, what's your opinion on the Eli dogs sustaining the secondary line?
I don't even understand what they mean by the secondary line, because the Eli stuff it's been sustaining itself since it was bred. Like Brother Garcia said, a lot of people take it even, to the Bolio stuff, and you get your Boyle stuff. They taking it to, like you said, they'll take it to the Boomerang cross, and they might add Bolio to that and have it, and just, so the Eli, you have people who are predominantly Eli Carver breeders, and then you have you see the JOCKO Redboy breeders, and they'll basically make a claim where we like our Eli stuff over your Redboy JOCKO stuff. Both have great success in their families. Some will say theirs is better than others, but the Eli stuff it's just today as it was then. You had people that's primarily just breeding. I don't think a person would just keep breeding Eli dogs for 20, 30 years or more if they're not getting some success. I'm sure they would have crossed over a long time ago if they felt as though they weren't.
Right.
So you understand? I don't understand they saying like it don't get past the second level. Because like Brother Garcia said, you can go out and come back in, line breed, inbreed, cross back out, line breed, but still always make Eli be the main ingredient of their line, of their foundation. I can tell you one person, me myself, that's what I would. That's primarily the dogs I like, as the Carver Eli dogs. You understand? So,
right.
So I don't know about it not sustaining. I would disagree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, Mexico full of them.
Correct. Exactly.
They have them tight, outcross, and they do the same thing. They may have heavy Eli, and then they throw something in there, go back to the Eli, and then throw something else, go back to the Eli. That's kind of what they've been doing. Or Carver, however you want to look at it. It's just the first dogs that were sent down there were from, they were from Boudreaux, they were from Carver, they were from Victor Witzel, they were from Bobby Hall, they were from Ken Click, a lot of, Ray Long, a lot of them. You see the famous dogs of the past, those dogs, they used them, or they had litter mates to them, or, offspring off of those dogs. They've sustained it since the 60s,
Right.
And then as they went along, they had, different stuff. They added the booger, Maloney Fontenot's booger, and, Mendocino, which is Bolio's sister, and Goras, which is Bolio's brother. And, even later on, there's Redboy and Mayday and, Jeep stuff. And so they do that all the time.
Yes, indeed. Salute to Successful Convicts in the super chat. Appreciate the love and support, man. Thank you.
Salute, brother. Success.
All right. Another question we got here is he says, is there an off season in the calendar year for a game hound? If so, what happens in that downtime? I guess he's talking about a dog that's in competition back in the day. Mr. Garcia, your thoughts?
Generally speaking, there's no off season, but I made my own off season. So during the summertime, that's when I would take time off when my kids were out of school. You know, spend more time with them and vacation. And you know, I really didn't match dogs during the summer. I did some when it was hot, 80, 90 degrees, sometimes in early fall or late spring, it gets hot. But in the middle of summer, I didn't really, from like June, July, August, I didn't do anything with my dogs. Some people did. They don't care. I went to Louisiana way back in '83 in the middle of August for a convention. So that was kind of common. You read the old books. Mayfield did that in Texas, Carver, and all them. And in Mexico they do it year round. There's not really an off season. I would roll dogs in the summer because you can see where your dogs are at in that heat. How they act. But as far as generally speaking, the whole competition back there, part of it, back then, the competition wise, it didn't really stop. Right. And if you follow the Sporting Dog Journal, it come out every 2 months, and year long there's matches reported there during the whole year. So but that's what I did. It just more family time then, and get out of that heat with the dogs. It can, and I'm not saying when they do it during the summertime, they ain't doing it out in the sun in the middle of the day. They do it real early in the morning or late at night. It's still hot. It's still summertime, and they keep the dogs as cool as they can during the day, whether it's a motel room or your home or whatever, some in trailers and stuff, fans on and all that. They have fans running when the shows are going. So when they say they do any, they still did dogs in the summer and the heat, even if it's outside, they put a canvas up, whatever. Hopefully the wind's blowing, it's still hot as hell. But generally speaking, there's not a downtime. There wasn't a downtime back then. It's just people like me made our own downtime with the dog.
Right. Brother Bach, what's your take on is there off season back in the day when you were competing?
For me, yes. Now, the reason why I had what I call winter dogs, hard mouth dogs mostly, we like to do in the winter. The ones that were pretty much more head dogs, that softer mouths, but really game, they would love to do it in the summertime because they're going to pretty much try to take you in the deep waters, taking you past your little 20, 30, 40 minutes, normally what it takes for you to get rid of your competitor. They're going to get you out in the summertime and test your roughness and see how game it is. So, that would do good for them to go in the summer months. But most of the time, like I said, my off time for the dogs I was using, even though I was using a lot of Bolio dogs, I still could have did it in the summertime because it would have did well for them. But I still pretty much did nothing in the hot months at all. Everything started from that September to basically May, and then everything else was off till then.
Yes, indeed. Welcome down, Ryan Big Steppin'. What's up, bro?
What's happening? Salute, OG.
What's going on, brother? What's going on, baby?
Chilling. Oh man, shit, chilling. Was too much chilling.
Chilling in this heat.
Oh shit, I was in the motherfucking in my study, kicking it, dabbing and shit. Looked up like, God damn, I'm late to the motherfucking party.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We got a question here coming in from salute to the brother Soul Power, aka Game Dub. Keno, salute, man. He says, salute, good brothers. Do you all have any experience with the Boomerang dogs? Ram.
I had a couple. They wasn't like no, pure boomerang or grandkids or nothing off of them. I ain't that motherfucking old. Well, I had like some line bred boomerang shit. It was pretty good. It's like any other bloodline, though. Just depend where you get it from, who got it, and is they doing right by it. If you can find some good shit, give it a try. It cross good with the Bolio shit. Cross good with the sorrel shit. It cross even real good with the boil shit. That's a pretty good cross to put in there. Just got to find the right strain of it. A lot of people got it, but a lot of people ain't doing shit with it. So you
Right,
just got to
right,
find the ones who is doing something with it.
right. Brother Bach, Bach, you any experience with the boomerang dogs?
Yes. Well, even if you look at Tyrone, the way it's put together on the bottom, it's the stomping auto bred to the Art Missy, which is Boomerang's sister, and it still even had Boomerang to I think his daughter in that pet. But I mean, yes, I'm used to it there, and I'm used to it with the rocker snapper stuff that Nelson was using. With me and Ronnie Dykes back in the day, we were running that. I was crossing that up. Real rough, nice, good dogs. I mean, solid. With some of the rocker snapper, usually you're gonna hit or miss with some of that. They were gonna be all rough, but some of them might didn't have that past 45-minute thing in them. But the ones that did were really special. But yeah, I mean, I love the boomerang dogs. I mean, I love it really with the Bolio, which Pat did a lot of those crosses. The boomerang Bolio Klaus crosses were really nice. Boomerang Bolio Maloney crosses were very nice. So yeah, I'm familiar with them. Love them, to be honest. Very, very solid dogs. And I got it also from Bert Sorrell stuff. Really nice.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Mr. Garcia, your thoughts on boomerang dogs?
I had one female here, straight boomerang. She didn't work out, but the LA Dream Team had a bunch of it. Irish Kid made a boomerang Bolio cross. He was successful with Ronnie Duhan had a lot of that. Iberian Club had a lot of that. The Pistol Pete stuff and uh, it's like Bach said, man. They were rough, fight hard, strong. Uh, but they're good dogs. Of course, Baker Davis and it was real popular all over the place. It's good stuff.
Yes, sir. And question we got here for Brother Bach. Um, this question came to me in
Wait a
the
minute, hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear
yeah
me good?
yeah we hear good.
Hold on. When somebody calls in and knocks the damn volume, but I'm trying to figure out how I can hear good again.
Somebody said the volume not good.
No, no,
Well,
no.
no, you got a
Somebody's
call.
calling in, but what it
Oh,
does is throw your volume up. Like I
right,
can't
right.
hear.
Okay,
Give me 2 seconds. I'm a log
okay,
out and come back in. So just give me
okay.
a second.
All
All
right,
right.
no problem.
Bet.
Ram, let me go back to the last question for you. Um, let me go to this question for Ram. Did you back in the day when you were competing? Did you have an off season for the hounds? And if so, what did you do in that off season?
Hell yeah, the summertime out here, man. That shit hard on the dog. And plus, the way I conditioned, they would need a break from that type of hard, just the stress of the conditioning program I ran. So yeah, the summer times really it's hot as fuck out here right now. Can't even walk the dog out here in the daytime. Either gotta be real early in the morning or fucking like 9, 10 o'clock at night, because the ground still be fucking hot. So yeah, the summertime. And what I would do is like I'll bring, my meal inside and still let them get a little bit of exercise that way and shit, and set up the swim tank, all that shit like that, low impact workout for them because it's their rest season. So wasn't nothing too major, but I still let them, be active. They wasn't working, but they were still active just to kind of stay fit and in shape and stay focused. Wasn't nothing too major. Just you plus, summertime vacay. Shit, I got kids, so we be gone. Shit.
Right, right. Salute to the brother Smooth Monty in the super chat heavy. Appreciate the
Smooth
love.
Monty, what's up, brother?
Salute,
Appreciate
homie.
Smooth Monty always coming through showing love. He says, "Salute panel. Is it worth freezing semen of a dog that has a good pedigree and is acting correct when out in the swamps hog hunting? Is it worth freezing the semen off a dog, Mr. Garcia?
I never got into that, but I would say this, if that was popular or available back in my time, for me, it would be the same standards. It'd have to be a proven dog, a good dog, a game dog, a tested dog, a winning dog. All the same criteria would it would be the same. So, if you want to take a chance and do it, that's what you're doing, taking a chance, and it could work out and it could not. But I would do it the same way, whether it was frozen semen or natural breedings or anything like that. I checked my dogs; they had to be checked, and with a couple of exceptions. I bred two sisters. I looked at them one time, bred them, finished them out, and they went on to be successful, have successful careers. One was a 2-time winner, another was a champion. Under with other people. But it would be the same. They'd have to be proven for me, what I consider proven, to do that.
Yes, sir. What's your thoughts on that, Ram?
Everything OG just said, then I add, has he been proven to produce? All the dogs I got straws off of had already proven that they could produce. At least fucking consistently, winners in every breeding. So that's my main thing. I wouldn't freeze one off a dog that hasn't been a proven producer. And if you can breed off of them now, shit, just breed them and see how he produces, because that shit costs. It don't cost a lot to get cheaper every year for storage, but that's still money that could be spent on the yard. That's new collars and whatever else you need, some more hide, whatever. That's money towards the new mill, all that shit. If you just store some shit that even though he proved to be a good dog himself, can he reproduce that? That's the whole purpose of, cryogenically freezing straws. That's my take on it. What up, though, Eli, Maine, and Bert? I see y'all in there, homie.
Yes, sir. Brother Bach, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you. Uh-huh.
All right. Question for you here is it worth freezing semen from a dog with a good pedigree that's acting right when you're out in the swamps hunting hogs?
Yes, it is. It is to me. I mean, how many times have we looked back and saying, damn, only if we froze the dog, we would have had it today. I mean, like I said, if that's all, but the only way I would do that, if that's the only blood I have of it, and that particular dog is old, and I can't get no more, then yeah, I would freeze it. So, I'm not expecting every litter that dog has to produce has to be goddamn producing champions. Winners, a whole bunch of winners. It depends on what females you bred to them too. But yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would do it now because I'll kick myself. I could have had Rick Rude's semen and Tyrone semen and a couple of other damn good dogs I had back in the day semen, and I kicked myself for not getting it done.
Yes, sir.
But Bach, let me add, Bach, would you the dogs would have to be proven, or would you just do it with some young dog that maybe he's bred good or something?
Again, if there's a bud that I have that I love and that's all I had, I don't care if it's a puppy. Wouldn't matter to me. No, right. I would do it with a damn 10-month, 11-month-old pup to get the blood. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to check everything regardless. I don't care if it come off a grand champion or so-called great producer. At the end, everything come off of everything got to be checked out. So what difference it make? They either going to pass the grade or they ain't going to pass the grade. So, yeah, I would do it.
Okay. Salute to the brother Veracity Exchange TV in the super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Make sure y'all go check out my brother's page, Veracity Exchange TV, man.
All right.
Veracity, salute, brother.
Combat Tool Bag, salute to you in the super chat. Appreciate the love, fam. Thank you for the donation, man. All
Salute,
right.
homie. What up, AJ?
Yes, sir. And this question here is for Bach. Someone left it in the community, but they left it in a real disrespectful way, a real rude way. And I removed the person from my page because I'm not. Listen, when y'all send in questions, these men are on this panel to answer y'all questions, and they taking time out of their day, out of their lives to come on here and talk about these hounds, some stuff they don't have to do. You know what I mean? And so you're gonna respect everybody that's on this panel. If you ain't got no respect for the people on the panel, you're gonna be blocked and removed from the channel. And I don't want to hear you crying about it later on. But Bach, the question is, Bach, who has the real Tyrone blood?
Okay, I'm gonna need a few minutes to answer this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not gonna certain things like you said. I mean, because you told me the way it came across, and for some of the people that might not know, it's been a lot of bullshit going on, coming with a lot of false lies been told coming from somewhere, and I'm not gonna get into it because I'm not gonna give these people no promotionals. But people been hitting me up, telling me all type of bullshit being stated, and this, that, and other. And this really is silly as fuck to ask where did the real Tyrone shit come from. Okay, well, it's real simple because it's already written. This shit is documented for damn near 30 years where the dog came from, who bred the dog, who got the dog from 2 years old campaign, and I went 4 different states and the 4 quality opponents and did the dog. It was already known that he was retired. And then I got a call from McNasty for a dog who I knew nothing of or nothing about. A dog, he said, I think it'll be good. Name was Chamberlain Charlie in Detroit. That was for 20. We were doing that for 2025. All right. I said, all right. Tyrone, which I'm tired of hearing these lies about, I left him on a treadmill. Anybody knows me know I don't even like treadmills. So he wasn't on a treadmill for the millionth time. He was on a wheel with my 2-time winner Crusher, and he had a massive heart attack. All right. So to ask where did the real Tyrone stuff come from, do your fucking research. Don't go asking people who I'm even having I ain't even speaking to. And then these people come with all these fucking lies about it's real simple. It was a beautiful thing that East Coast Assassin, who bred Tyrone, allowed me to get this dog, this great dog. Again, he never bred the dog, ever. I got him at 2. I'm the only one ever bred Tyrone, period. The only dogs off of Tyrone that came by way of that is in this world is one that ended up going to Herbert in Chicago. He was about to go out at 2 years old, had testicular cancer and died. That was off of Drusilla the Tyrone. The other breeding that made it was off of Miss Tyrone. That was Tyrone bred to my Miss Gunner bitch, which you might see it as Savages, Miss Gunner. All right. That female came out of that name, Miss Tyrone. And the only other bred dogs that was out there was when we took Katrina to Tyrone, which was 7 in a litter, which it was 1 female out of there and 6 males. I got 4 males, and Baltimore Bill kept Ruru, Fat Joe, and I can't remember the other name of that one. And I ended up getting Fat Joe too. So I ended up having 5 of them, which was Lexus, Fat Joe, Bushwick Bill, Eli Hotep, and Stompin' Otto. I gave each one of those dogs away. I was offered $5,000 a piece for them at 6 weeks old. I was offered that at the Joey in Texas match when they seen me grab Katrina knowing I was taking the Tyrone. So the only breeding was done with Tyrone was done with me. And I gave each one of those dogs to who I thought were friends of mine. I didn't charge them a penny, and I gave them to them after Tyrone was already dead, leaving me with none of it. Okay? So the 4 people that I gave it to, they all bred those dogs. The thing that I told all 4 of them was I didn't want none of that to make it outside their yard. They can have these dogs to increase their production in their yards. Later on, of course, I found out a lot of these dogs were, getting out. of their yard. Some of them were selling them. So then this question comes, well, Bach doesn't have the real Tyrone shit. That's the dumbest shit in the world. So the dogs that I have right now, because I've been inactive since 97. So just because I have dogs doesn't mean I'm active now. I just wanted some of my shit back. Here's the thing too about I'm peddling these dogs. How the fuck am I peddling them when we on this show right here? It be everybody on the show asking, how can I get a Bach puppy? Not one time have you seen me even talk to the person on here and say, hey man, hit me at this place and get one. It's people on my Facebook pages asking to breed to flesh in them. Not one person to date has bred the flesh other than my friends. Not one. They ask for puppies and all that shit. And I'm like, yo, I don't really sell these joints. I might let 1 or 2 go. I've been letting 1 or 2 go since I've been in my most active heyday. So the shit about me supposedly peddling these motherfuckers is crazy when I own no damn website that has up there stud services and puppies for sale. But yet still the person who has this is claiming I'm peddling the motherfucker. But they actually have a website selling fucking dogs of mine. So to say, well, you damn right, if I left the dog game and came back and got some dogs back, of course I'm gonna have to go to the 4 motherfuckers that I originally gave dogs to. And out of those 4 people, I grabbed some of my shit back from. So this thing about like I was begging for my shit back, I had to beg for shit when I gave them shit free. And I gave certain ones several inbred Tyrone dogs. Several of them. So this thing about somebody monopolizing the Tyrone blood is some dumbass shit to begin with. That's like David Tant saying he the only one with his blood. Or Crenshaw, may he rest in peace, said, there's a lot of people that has my blood. And nobody has a monopoly on it. And if you want me to be honest about it, the best of the blood come out of the Tywood area because it's the best working blood. And I'm not saying names because that'd be dry snitching and snitching. But if you've been having these dogs for 20 to 30 years and haven't created one motherfucking champion, what the fuck program you got going on? I created a champion of one breeding. So I don't get that. This thing about somebody wants all this recognition, like if you want to sell that shit, sell it. Don't drag me into your shit saying I'm the one doing it. You the one doing it. And all this running around and all this old hoe shit running around. That's just stupid. I refuse to answer this question anymore. Tyrone was my dog. The only dog I shared Tyrone with is Parker, who I got him from. The only 2 people can claim it. Me and Parker are the only people that had Tyrone. He died in my yard. I got him from Parker. The only 2 people. I don't have to share that dog with nobody else. So I'm not going to do no shit promotional work for nobody's fucking foundation kennels or a channel to sit up here and with these false ass narratives. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I was appreciative from Foundation Kennels to let me get flesh in the system, which I told him in private, which should have been only in private. That I said, I appreciate this, brother. I really love the dog. And upon loving this shit, this dog's supposed to be some type of fabricated fixture. And if so, why the fuck I'm not trying to stud him making money off of him? If I'm supposed to be lying about how great of a dog is, why haven't I put him for stud one time? It would make sense if I did that, making up fictitious shit about a dog to be around here goddamn trying to create this in order to study. Yet I have never studied him to nobody outside of my friend. So that's it on those questions of who own the real Tyrone shit. There's several people who own the Tyrone stuff. It's not monopolized by me, by Foundation Kennels, by anybody else. But if I had to give credit for really holding the stuff that I normally use, would be Jay Hunter, COLBY. He was the only one out of all the years that have inbred the Tyrone Katrina line that is out today. But again, I'm not taking nothing away from Foundation, from the job they did, even though I and other people who had these dogs. But I'm not going to sit up here and like I got to go on a pissing contest between these dogs or who actually this, that, and other. So that's it.
Yes, sir. Well said. Mr. Anderson, in the super chat. Appreciate the support, man. He says, what is that one dog the panel wishes or wish they would have purchased but didn't for some reason they didn't? Mr. Garcia.
Queen of Hearts, when she was a 2-time winner for $1,000 from Boyles. I wanted a pure Boomerang dog. That's the one I mentioned earlier, and she was crossed with BOLIO. Champion Bolt Action and his sister, they were about 2 years old for $800. We all know what Bolt Action did. His sister ended up losing to Jimmy Lee. And then if I'd have had the money, I could have bought Champion Bullshit after he was 2-dogged by his owner over at Dunleavy's. We was all there. And Dunleavy bought him for $250. So those are yeah.
That's crazy.
Thinking back, yeah, that was Abraham bought Queen of Hearts. I don't know what he paid for her.
Right.
But if I remember correctly, she was a 2-time winner when Boyles offered her to me, because I was looking for a Boomerang bitch, and he said, well, she's half, and she's off of Bobby Jr. And I wanted a straight one, and just, you do shit like that sometimes.
Ram, what's your what's question to you? What's a dog you didn't purchase but you wish you had?
Well, I was thinking about that, and I had to say, it was a litter off champion break I had action at, but I ain't fucking getting in. Oh boy, I wanted like $500 for him back then. But I never heard of him, even though he was already a champion and shit. I was like, man, I ain't never heard of that dog. Got my own champions in the back, but I should have invested in some of that shit, because that litter turned out pretty good, man. But other than that, like, I really didn't have that problem, because I was fortunate enough to have a team that was, we had enough bread. We could just piece up and get what the fuck we wanted. And that's how I was able to try a lot of the bloods. But that's one of them I wish I would have tried, because there was some good dogs in that litter.
Yes, sir. Brother Bot, what's a dog that you could have purchased you wish you would have?
Grand Championship. D Tupper called me, but I had just sold my dogs, all my dogs, and I was out probably about a month. So D Tupper says, Bach, I got one for you. This motherfucker, he's the type you like. He can crunch, and he come from a line of crunching dogs. So I said, what's his name? He said he a 2-time winner named Shep. School teacher got him. I can get that dog for you for $2,000. I said, damn. He said, what's up? I'm like, man, basically I just sold all my shit, man. It's like, what? I said, but I still might get it. So then I called a friend to see if they wanted to get it. I was like, man, D Tupper, he ain't gonna call me about no regular motherfucker. This had to be a world beater for him to call me. So he bullshitted. So I was like, I don't know. So make a long story short, I didn't get the dog. Sure enough, he ended up being I called school teacher and I asked about him. And he said, the way I do it, Bob, I just do these motherfuckers until they stop. So I did the father like 7, 8 times. He stopped that one. That's how I do them. I just do them until they stop. He said, but I can't, you can't look at it and say, well, if something quit back in the pedigree, because I do them till they stop. So I could have stopped that grand champion for the dads, different shit or whatever, and you won't see that. But he said, I'm just gonna do Shep until I said, all right. But he said, right now, he got a lot left in him. He's running through him. I said, okay, bet. So yeah, like I said, he ended up grand championing him out. Then I forget who brought him then. Somebody brought him, I believe, after that. But yeah, I kicked myself for not getting Shep.
Yes, sir. Smooth Monty back in the super chat. Appreciate you, man. He says, thanks, Brother Bakary, for setting the story straight. Very upsetting when others tell tales they hear secondhand. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, much love, Brother Smooth. Exactly.
Boxing Fan ×4. Salute to you in the super chat, man. Appreciate you. He said, at what age do pit bulls start showing animal aggression? Oh yeah, that can happen anytime. But Mr. Garcia?
Yep, that's the answer. It can happen anytime. You'll see it among litter mates, I don't know if you call that animal aggression, but they show aggression towards each other. That's why generally you have to separate them. That could be, you know, 2-3 months, and then you know they'll show it, you know, when, you know, if you have them on the chain or you have them in a kennel or you have them whatever, you know, they'll show it with each other, or you out walk them around, you know, they'll show animal aggression, you know. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it ain't. It's just a show. Sometimes they mean it, but you know that could happen at any time. My pups generally started early. I like that in them, you know. And when they did that, I just, you know, you just wait on them until they're older. That's all, you know. Bach has a, you know, he's mentioned his way of doing it before. Everybody has their own way, but to show actual animal aggression, they can show it just about any time, you know.
Yes, indeed. Jonathan Carmichael, salute to you in the super chat. Appreciate the support, man. Thank you very much. We got Dog Money in the super chat. Appreciate the love. It says Queen versus Tornado. Who you betting on? Yeah, this one always come up. Brother Bach, what's your take on that one?
I'm sorry, which one? My phone was acting up.
Queen versus Tornado. Who you betting on?
Wow. I mean, Queen was a bad son of a gun. Both of them were. I'm going to go with Queen. And there's no disrespect to the late great Ken Allen and his beautiful female. The reason I kind of say that is because I know Boone, he's not here right now, but I know Ken Allen didn't want to go on to Lady Stone. So he ducked Lady Stone to go into another dog Boone brought, but he wanted to make sure, as long as you don't bring Lady Stone, I'll go into you. So I don't know. I'm not going to, so I don't know if Lady Stone could have got Queen of Heart. Well, that would have been a good one too, if they were in the same weight. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I would lean towards the Queen now.
Okay. What about you, Ram?
Shit, excuse me, I gotta go with the Queen of Hearts too. Pound for pound, you know, they the same weight. She's just a little bit more meaner. Tornado was a good one though. If you ever get the chance, you know, some old videos floating around, you'll see what just how Queen would start. It was Tornado wouldn't, you know, fare too well because Queen was a fast starter and a hard biter, and known to tear your muzzle off real fast.
Yep.
Tornado fucking, it's gonna be, you know, kind of like if Bud Crawford starts slow against Errol Spence.
Exactly.
Right. It's gonna be fucked up. In my opinion, it would have been the same way, but who fucking knows? Shit. Had the chance to see it, and you know, motherfucker ain't want to do it.
All right. Mr. Garcia, your take on that. Who you betting on, Queen or Tornado?
I'll bet on Queen because I was sentimental to boiled dogs back then, you know. Purely, that's my only reason, you know. I liked how she was bred, probably better, you know. You read all kinds of stuff, you know. That question has come up over and over again, and I don't know, you know, the circumstances. It said, you know, this side didn't want to do it. For me, just looking at it, if I don't know nothing, they're different weight dogs. Queen was a 38, 39. Tornado was a 42, 44. So I don't, you know, in my mind, I don't know how, especially at that level, how they would have got together on those two dogs. Is Queen gonna come up and weight that much? Is Tornado gonna go down and weight that much? Maybe it's not that much in some people's eyes, but, and like I said, I don't know the circumstances, but for me, just sentimentally, because Boyle's bredder, he's my friend, I would go with Queen.
Yes, sir. Salute to Todd Green in the super chat. Appreciate the support. He says, thanks, Mr. Garcia. I love the keep.
You're welcome, and thanks for your support. I hope it does you some good.
Yes, indeed. We got another question here. Is historically speaking, has any of the panel ever ref or seen a match where the handler was reluctant or wouldn't make a handle after a turn was called and confirmed by the referee? Ram, you ever seen something like that?
Fuck yeah, I've done it too. Shit. The fuck? Especially if I'm on top, I don't give a fuck your shit turning. Fuck you. Pick your shit up and hope you don't foul out. Cause I'm calling that, bitch. Or if I'm on the bottom, I ain't in no hurry to handle. Motherfucker, you got me fucked up. Especially if I ain't getting hurt. Cause your shit finna get tired, bro. For real. So when I pick my shit up, boom. 9 times out of 10, your shit gonna quit. If you got me on the bottom, you stronger than me, but you ain't hurting me. Motherfucker get tired of that shit and quit real fast. So I'll let you get a little bit of work in because I know what my shit could take, and you ain't dishing out even close to his maximum threshold of what he could take. So there's a lot of different reasons. You can slow handle. Shit, it ain't no rule against it. Just don't slow handle if you getting your ass kicked. Don't do that. Don't fuck around. You fuck around and be taking something home in the bag. You feel me? But other than that, yeah, see, I've done it. It is what it is.
Right. Rasta Man, boom. What's up, Rasta Man?
Yeah, man.
He done made it on. He done made it.
OG boom. Speak of the God and he shall appear.
Yeah, man. Bless up to all my brothers and the followers of 78 Sports, the best business in business. Yes, sir. That's right. Can we hear it from the fellas? The best business in business, 78 Sports.
Hey, man, I appreciate
No bullshit. No bullshit.
Salute.
How you doing, Mr. Boone?
What's up, schoolboy? The magnificent to the motherfucking maximum.
I hope you're well, brother.
Hey, they don't know. They know now, don't they?
Yeah.
How you doing today, OG?
Hey, I'm doing okay, man. Just glad to be back on the set, man. I was on the road, man. And I was like, damn, I was trying to get in. I was all in the mountains. Shit, bro.
Hey, you came in right on time. We'll rewind it back a little bit, and then we had a question that you would probably be more suitable to answer, being that you was there to see, the motherfucking dogs.
The Queen of Hearts.
Yep.
Okay, a question we got from somebody was in the super chat. If you were there betting, who would you be betting on? Fantasy matchup, Queen of Hearts versus Tornado. Who would you be betting on?
Well, now I want it very clear that this is a question that's asked from some of the followers.
Yeah.
And we are only saying what we think or what we thought of, just our opinion. I don't know, because, see, I can't remember anything.
I think you broke up a little bit, Boom. You still there? Yeah, Boom broke up. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, it's gonna get good.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Goddamn good.
We hear you now, Boom.
Yeah. So I remember I was up there watching. What part y'all didn't hear?
We as soon as you start talking,
we didn't hear nothing. We didn't hear nothing.
Oh, okay. So I remember back in the day when we was up there in Michigan, I seen Joe Abraham and them do a dog. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure if it was the Queen, but whatever the dog they did that night, that everybody was feeling pretty good about it. And I thought it was a good dog too, seeing it, but I can't remember if it was Queen. Man, your fucking brain get old, man. Shit don't register, right? Hey, some people do, but but anyway, and I'm just gonna say this from seeing Tornado go, and witnessing what I seen her do in a short period of time, and I just think if a dog let Tornado bite him, you fucked up, man. You fucked up. I'm just telling you straight up, And when we did Sadie on, that was my test to see if Lady Stone would be able to handle it, because I was trying to do it anyway, but they wouldn't do it. So I said, well, fuck it. I'll do Sadie. We'll try something, because I just want to see if, far as you know, if we could come in and battle with her toe to toe, you know what I mean? If I could just get one to stay there, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to feel good going against something like that. You ain't coming in there with no slap shit that day. If that motherfucker hit you one time, you just shut down. You understand what I'm saying? You know, you got to make sure you hard like a brick wall. And Sadie was, man, and I'm telling you, man, and Sadie was swapping it out with her, and I was like, what the hell is you doing? And damn, get on the bitch mother, cause I could see the damage that motherfucker was doing. I mean, I could see it. It wasn't like, oh, she ain't doing that. Oh, that ain't hurting. I could see this shit. She was fucking Sadie up, man. You know, but Sadie was battling her though. Sadie gave her a fight. Sadie gave her everything she wanted but that bitch mouth. And Sadie gave it to her to the point that bitch took off running. And Sadie tracked her down and that bitch came back and went to bite. And I said, damn. I said, how the fuck can I get my money? God damn, we gonna lose this motherfucker. Yeah, I can see it, right? I said, shit, they said it's gonna be over in 15. This shit happening early, bro. This shit is going down early. I'm looking at it, and I said, man, they said, God damn it, you shit gonna die. You ain't gonna be fit. I said, God damn it, back, God damn the thing. 40 minutes then, shit, if y'all feel that good. Oh, it's a bet, it's a bet. Man, when that 40, I said, what time is it? I'm just sweating like a motherfucker. Hey, what time is it 40 minutes yet? Nah, you got 5 more minutes. I'm like, God damn it, 5 minutes, come on. Hey, and I was the only one ever won money going against Tornado as far as an opponent, you see. So we lost the fight, but we won the money. And it was a great one. It was everything I expected to see, but I was hoping Sadie would counter, but Sadie just all out swap. Let's swap, bitch. There ain't no fucking trying to hold you off, keep you. But see, I knew Lady Stone had that style, you know, to get between your eyes and your muzzle, you know what I mean? Go to your shoulders and your throat, you know what I mean? Back in your stomach, you know, she just go all over you, you know what I mean? I felt smart. Like, she's you smart. Know, she had that style, and once you bite her hard, oh, you can forget that shit. You ain't getting that shit no more. That's the end of that shit. That bitch will go all in your eyes, all in your muzzle, and drop back in your throat. She was so fast, she could hit you 100 times before you know it. I mean, bam, 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 in your throat, boom, back in your stomach, boom, 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 go back to your head. Then get on your muzzle. I mean, it's a wrecking machine. So I felt like her style would stop Tornado because Sadie was giving her the business. They were going shoulder to shoulder. Sadie never went in her muzzle. Sadie was just going shoulder to shoulder with that bitch. You see? And when I seen that, I said, I know Stone will whoop because Stone ain't gonna let that bitch goddamn stay on her. She ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna happen. She'll stay in that bitch eyes and muzzle until she wear her ass down and then whoop her ass. And that's what I was betting on, but they wouldn't do it. Hey, I tried everything I could to get it, cause even when they got old, I said, fuck it. Both of the bitches, they were about 6, a little over 6. I'm like, shit, let's do it now. I said, Stone ain't even got all her teeth. You know what I mean? And but you know, they wouldn't do it. So, but I tried that because I just felt like it would have been, oh man, can you imagine that? Lady Stone and Tornado. God damn it, boy. I'd have paid, I got chills now. I'd have paid all the fucking money, even if I would have lost. I'd have just paid to see it. Just let me see it. Let me see it happen. They wouldn't let me do it, man. They wouldn't give me that honor. But anyway, I'm just saying, if you didn't have something to keep that bitch off of you, you're going to die. You're going to die. Because I'm telling you, that bitch could bite, man. She knew how to, and she looked like a, you know, she'll do turning, she'll do weird shit, you know what I mean? That bitch will spin around and grab your goddamn dog, and goddamn, I mean, man, she was rough, but she had mouth with that roughness, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, when people that haven't seen her talk about them, you know, they don't know what they're talking about. But the people seeing that bitch go, they know what they're talking about. She was a bad bitch, man. I'm telling you. Blondie was too. I put her in that class. As a matter of fact, I put Blondie ahead of her. You know, cause yeah, that bitch, man. Blondie was a bad bitch, man. I ain't never seen a dog do what she did to Stone. Never. She ate a hole through Stone's chest cavity, the size of a big ass lemon. And I'm talking about Stone took that shit. And I was like, man, that's why I knew, far as a dog with mouth biting on her, that ain't gonna run her off. You know, goddamn Blondie ate a fucking hole through her chest, bro. You could stick your knuckles up in that motherfucker. And man, I had her in my house. My wife was like, God damn, she stink. Man, that shit had the fucking house smelling like something was dead, man. I was trying to heal that shit. But I healed it though. It took me a while. But that damn Blondie could bite too. And far as skills, to me, she had better skills than Tornado. To me. Now, I don't know about nobody else, but I'm talking about to me. Because Stone had to rumble with that motherfucker, boy. That bitch was rough too, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I thought I was gonna lose her after that one, but and then I knew after that, I said, shit, I don't care how hard a motherfucker bite, she gonna get you off. And when she get you off, she gonna punish you. So that was my theory. And maybe Tornado might have won. But I'd have paid every dime I'd had to just see it. I would have loved to see it, man. But anyway, y'all move on, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, hold on. That was a motherfucking throwback memory.
What's up, Bob?
Well, wait a minute. If you listen to Boone, then, because the question was, who you think would have won with Tornado and Queen of Heart? Now, Queen of Heart, we know, was eating face and all that. So, based on the styles, who would you have took, Queen of Heart or Tornado?
If Queen of Hearts was a hard biting muzzle dog, I'm taking Queen of Heart.
Exactly. Right. Well,
because that was something that I felt that Stone had over her. Stone would go in your muzzle. You see what I'm saying? If she had to go in your muzzle to get you off her, she'll do that. And I knew if Queen, a Tornado bit her one time, shit, she's gonna be like, fuck that shit. I'm telling you, that bitch she had mouth, man, and that's one thing. And you know what? Let's think about it, you know. And I hope nobody don't take this personal, you know. And really, I swear I don't, man, because I'm not saying none of this stuff to big myself up or none of it. I'm just talking old dog talk. That's it. Shit happened over 30 years ago. Damn, man. Yeah, I lost my thought for a minute. Where was I at, Bob?
No, we were still on the dolls, Queen of Heart and Lady
Okay, let
Stone,
me just say this. Yeah. You got me. I'm back on track. Okay, see, far as conditioning a dog, I don't think Ken Allen was, you know, but let's give it to him though. He won a lot of he won a lot of them. You know, he won a lot of them. You know, the man did his thing. I big him up. He's a legend to me.
All day long. Shit. All day long.
Hey, Ken, man. Hey, look here. You one of them dudes, he make you laugh. He'll say some crazy shit, you know what I mean? But that motherfucker was the ultimate bulldogger. I'm telling you, that motherfucker was the truth, man. You know, he talks shit, you know, just like everybody else. Everybody talk a little shit. But anyway, if I had to choose between conditioning each dog, and they was the same weight, I'm betting everything I got on Joe Abraham.
All day long. Yep.
Now, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with the dog. You hear what I said, right?
Right. You talking about condition. And I would bet on your conditioning over Ken's too. All day long.
Hey, look. Hey, I'm rolling with Joe all the way. So, but you know, some people said they seen Tornado go to the muzzle, but I didn't see that, and I even refereed one of hers, and it was females supposed to be real good, man, and man, 12 minutes, man, 12 minutes. I said, damn. Hey, you know, it was like, you know, it was a lot of hype on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
right.
and then it lasted 12 minutes.
Good dog.
It took longer to drive to the fucking site. Took longer to wash and weigh them hoes up.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, we had to drive all the way back home. I said, God damn.
Yeah.
You could have given the money and saved your dog.
Hey, no, we shouldn't have came. It wasn't our dog. I was the judge. You know, I just said, damn, I couldn't believe that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said, damn. I said, good God. Now, how many people would have seen that and more, and then still challenge the bitch? Because
Right.
I seen the weakness. I seen the weakness. Them dogs were letting her do that shit. I was gonna put on a dog that wasn't gonna go for that shit. None of that shit. Straight up defending to the maximum with offense. You see what I'm saying? You know, so I don't know how people looked at it, but you know, I just felt we had a good shot, you know, and I was willing to lose. You know, I mean, sometimes you lose, bro. You know, it ain't you know, anybody can be judged how they win. Okay? But a man that understands bulldogging will be the same man when he lose.
Right.
Now, if he don't understand that, he ain't got it. Because win, lose, draw, or pick up, one of the four gonna happen. Now, if you can't do it, don't play with that.
Right.
You got to be able to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So my thing would be Queen, conditioned by Joe Abraham, head dog. But if Queen was a swap dog, I swear I had to go with Tornado, man. Even though Ken work.
Right.
That motherfucker had mouth, bro. I'm telling you, I seen it a couple of times. It wasn't like I was just going on what somebody say. I seen it, you know, and I said, good gracious. I'm talking about just dominating, man. Just dominating. But let's move, man. Let's move.
Hold on, Kev. Let me ask. I forgot this one thing, and I wanted to leave off in that question you asked me. We talk so much about the Tyrone dog again, like that's the only dog I got, the only dog I had. He was just one of many.
Right.
Boom brought my yard.
Yeah.
He brought my yard. This check this out. This is gonna make you. This is why I get so irritated talking this Tyrone shit. First of all, he was a friend and family dog. But this is the crazy part. Boom bought my yard. He out of my yard. It wasn't one Tyrone dog he got in it. Not one. He got a whole yard. He brought a whole yard of Rick Rude and Caesar, Rick Rude's brothers' dogs. The whole yard was that and Jeep Redboy dogs. Am I lying, Boom?
Nope.
Not one Tyrone dog did he find in my yard. So for all this Tyrone shit we keep hearing, how the fuck my whole yard is Rick Rude and his brother? Crossed in the Jeep Redboys tab stuff.
Right.
So for all this Tyrone we keep hearing, yes, that was my baby. I love him to death. He's one of the best friends I ever had. One of the greatest dogs ever walked this earth. Broom brought my yard. He ain't gonna sit there and lie for me. My whole yard consisted of Rick Rude's children and Caesar's children, along with tab dogs. Just wanted to say that. So we the lead is this Tyrone shit alone. Yes, I love that because that is the dogs that I use and cross my Bolio, but I am Bolio #1. I keep telling motherfuckers, I am a Bolio freak. And I use the Tyrone into that. Not the other way around. Just for those who ain't listening. All right, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Jonathan Carmichael back in that super chat. Appreciate the support. He says, would you breed a female that this game has great ability and is super smart, but has a 4 to 5 mouth and skin problems like allergies? Mr. Garcia.
The allergies is the problem. You know, is it hereditary? Is it something she's gonna throw? The only way to find that out would be to breed her and find out. You know, if it's something that carried over, I would stop it. I wouldn't keep going it. For me, it's too much of a problem. You know, and I've had friends that done that. You know, skin problems, they breed them, they pass it on, they stop it right there because it's something inherent in them. So the only way to find out is to breed her and see if it's passed on. And you might have to breed her 2 or 3 times. Might have to outcross her, you know, line breed, whatever. If you inbreed her, it's probably going to come out more. But if you cross her and it comes out, yeah, it's in there. It's probably always going to come out. For me, it's too much of a hassle. I'd move on to something else.
All right. What about you? Welcome down, Ram.
Shit, the deciding factor with me would be the allergies too. And we talked about this a few months ago. I got a dog. Actually, it's my partner's dog off of one of my favorite males to a good bitch I had, and she got major skin allergies. And I know it's hereditary because her mom, when I bred the bitch to a totally different dog that had an outcross in him, she threw 2 dogs with allergies, and I bred her to my shit again. And the fucking same shit came out, so I just refused to fucking even do that, even though it might not show up in that litter right there, but that's just something I don't want to deal with down the line, man. So no, I wouldn't.
Yes, sir. Brother Bach, what's your take?
Not even going to be concerned with using it. Once they got all type of little physical ailments, I don't even fuck with them. Right. And especially when you said a 4 or 5 mouth, you already know. Not even. I'm an 8 mouth or better type guy. So that's it.
Yes, sir. Roster man, your take.
I had a friend of mine. He had a male named Tableau, my homeboy Jam, and the dog was mangy and had skin issues, and I was like, man, you need to get rid of that motherfucker. He said, nah, man, I'm gonna heal him. I'm gonna get him cleaned up, and he did. And man, he turned out to be one hell of a bulldog, and threw some good dogs, you know, and so you know, like one thing about the dogs is, you know, whatever you decide you want to do, the fella that asked the question, you know, let that be your experience so you can appreciate the thoughts everybody just spoke on. You see what I'm saying? You know, you got one brother said, I want 8 better mouth. Okay, no less than 8. Then you got Schoolboy said what he said. Then Ram said what he said. So, you know, let it be what you decide, and see how it go for you. You know, you got some options. You done heard what everybody said. And my thing is, you know, if you want to try it. If you don't. You know, just do what you think is going to be best for you.
Yes, indeed. Salute to Demond Robinson in the super chat, man. Appreciate the support. Salute to you. We got Mr. Anderson in the super chat. Salute to you, fam. He says, if you were able to put together a breeding from two great dogs of the past, male and female, which dogs would you choose, not including your own? Mr. Garcia.
Art and Honey Bunch, probably. Maybe Midnight Cowboy and Honey Bunch, but something along those lines. Something like that.
Yeah, I pay a good $15,000 for one of them.
Yeah. I'd buy the whole litter, sell my house, put my kids out in the street, you know.
Man. All right. Let me go to Brother Bach. What's your take?
Man, I'm taking goddamn Lady Stone and Champion Powder.
Oh, get out of here, boy.
There you go, baby.
That's what's up. All right. Roster man, what would you take?
Well, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right, man. Fucked up business. Y'all call on me. Have me all fucked up. Let's see how we'll do this. Okay. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a three-way cross. I'm breeding ZEBO, Grand Champion Rage, and Tyrone.
Oh, don't throw his ass there because I just put yours.
You have to
do that.
You gotta do it.
I'm gonna get some size. I'm gonna get some size with Tyrone.
Yeah.
You know, right. ZEBO was a little dog. You know, he wasn't no real big one, but you know. So you know, but Rage, you know, she was, you know, 5-time winner, which is the Buster Queenie stuff. I love that stuff, you know, and I love the ZEBO stuff, you know. And Palanton stuff, they bite hard. So just mixing up some hard biting dogs with them skills, man. And
well, that was my thing, Boom. Put Palanton with Lady Stone because she could absorb it and she can give it. And to put that mouth on it, that would have been dangerous.
Yeah. It's a good mix. So keep going, man. Well, I want to hear what Ram said.
Yeah, walking down Ram. What's your take?
I'm gonna take Tudor's Blackjack Jr. to Carver's Black Widow. And I don't see y'all boys in the box.
Walk them down round to the motherfucking maximum.
Yeah, we gonna see who brought some killers today.
hey, Ram, we gonna show them up, be there waiting on you too.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the old dogs will be like, "Come on in, young man."
Hell yeah. We all fuck around, everybody leave with just one dog. Off all them breeders we just named. We be mad than a motherfucker.
Hey, boy. Hey, you know what? I like that question, man. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, tell them to ask us.
Hey, somebody should have said Lady Stone with T-Boy.
Damn, who is T-Boy? I don't know who that is.
That's Queen of Hearts' brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, so he was nice too.
I had one up now. Now I also like Grand Champion Bo, Fat Bill's Grand Champion Bo to Flop Flop. That was my other one. But no, I couldn't use one we had. I couldn't use one.
That's gonna be some mouth right there.
Yeah, but I forgot we couldn't use one of our own, so I would have had to use something else. But that damn bow could bite shit in half, you know. So that motherfucker.
I said T-Boy to Lady Stone because that's how you'd have got Queen of Hearts and Lady Stone.
Correct.
I mean,
right.
Now I got it fucked up. I should have said something off of Tornado, like Tornado's brother to Lady Stone.
Hey, look. Hey, I tell you what. I would like to take J.R. Lopez's Buster and breed it to Tornado.
Oh, that would have been a hell of a breed.
You damn right.
That
I'm
would, because she
telling
had
you,
to
man.
get that in her.
I'm
Yeah, it's
telling you,
kind of a
man.
line breeding because she got
Correct.
Eli in her. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. She had that mouth, bro. Don't let nobody fool you, man. She had something special, man. Hey, look. That's the reason why they won 10.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a lot of that though. A lot of us can pick so many. You take Molly B, who nothing scratched back to her and took her to Bolio.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's so many damn different ways you could take it. So many great dogs. I mean, we could do this shit all day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Salute to the chat, man. Smash the like button. I see you, D-Man Junior. Salute, man. SBO Kennel, salute to y'all.
What up, Cuzzo D-Man? Tay, fine ass. What up?
Damon Robinson back in the super chat. Appreciate the support, man. He said, does anyone remember Dead Zone Kennels out of New Jersey? Champion Crybaby, Champion Wolfie, Grand Champion Doc Holliday. If so, what do you think? Anybody on the panel remember them?
Yeah, I remember DZK from back in the day. They had some good dogs. They had some real good dogs. They shit was game and could bite.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Let me get to this question here. What is the panel's favorite bulldog that they produce out of their own breedings? Brother Box, let me start with you.
I'm sorry. Repeat that one more time. I'm sorry, brother.
What's the panel's favorite bulldog that they produce out of their own breeding?
I got a few that I like. I'm gonna say because I like heavy mouth, 4-time winner champion Punchinella.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She was a chest killing dog.
What was she bred like?
She was off of I went and picked up from Ed Farron that torpedo dog that he had got, and there was basically a Niggerino stomping auto dog, and I bred that to Parker. I got a dog from Parker called the Whippet. I can't quite remember her pet right off hand. I think it had some snooty something else. You know, I know it was snooty in it. So that's why I took it, because of the Art Missy and the Boomerang stuff in there, with the snooty, of course, being similar stuff with the Art Missy. And it was only one puppy in that litter. And I loved her as one of the ones I liked that I bred. Yes,
sir. Mr. Garcia, what's your take on that? A dog that you bred, your favorite bulldog you bred?
Mr. Rowdy. When me and you first did that interview, that was the dog I mentioned way back then.
Right.
He was off of Big Red and Sissy, who was the inbred daughter of Jeep. He beat Chainsaw in 1:28. He beat Vinny in 46 minutes, and then he lost in 2:31 to Champion Clorox. And then another one would be my son's dog, Champion Bill. He was off of Big Red, another different inbred Jeep bitch named Blondie. He beat Robin in 1:31, beat LA Dream Team's champion Jesse James in 48 minutes, and then Mr. C in 37 minutes. Those are some good dogs that people still remember and beat some good competition.
Yes, sir. Welcome down, Ram. Your best bulldog you produce.
I had to be my champion Dodie, off of Champion Buckshot, bred back to his sister. He was a real good dog. I liked him, and he was a sweet dog, you know, because some of that Redboy JOCKO shit ain't all friendly, you know. But he was real sweet, real cool, real calm. Take him around kids, all that shit. Him. See, who else I like that I produced? My Jackie Brown bitch, off of my one-time winner Jedi, my Coca-Cola shit. She was good as a motherfucker. Oh no, there's a couple dogs I like that I bred that was successful. Now I think about it, I don't just got one. Champion Nuke, he was good. Champion Dude, Sandstorm, she was the shit. Like, you know.
Yes, sir. Rasta man.
Wait.
What's,
Okay.
what
Go
you?
ahead. Get Bakari.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, don't forget Dog Money's chat thing he
Yeah.
asked about
I
game.
just,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I just went back up to it. Y'all got him now.
Okay.
Rasta man, boom. What's your favorite bulldog that you produce? You bred?
Well, iron. You know, when folks came in and kind of messed with my yard, I just placed them somewhere, but we was behind orchestrating everything. You know what I'm saying? Back then. Champion iron. Sold them to a brother down in Florida, Brother Belglade. I don't know if anybody know him, but a good brother. And I sold him a male named Profile. And he won 4. They say they won 4 with him. And JP, you know, he really stands out, you know, because when we went on a little trip down south, and everybody just felt that it was going to be one side, but we
The
come away.
headline.
Yeah, we come away where, you know, it was just a good night for everybody. You know what I mean? So those dogs are always stand out, but it's some other one, Nimrod. You know, I had a lot of good dogs, man. Just that, you know, it seemed like,
Ginger.
yeah, Ginger. I mean, man, I'm talking about these dogs could bite, you know, but it seemed like when I was trying to just sit back and chill, and then all of a sudden here come the folks, you know, and I'm like, what the hell, what the fuck? You know, all we did just won a little bit, you know, and, you know, man, I'm telling you, man, people, man, you just,
That was a
you
hell of
know,
a yard you had right there with all them dogs that they took.
yeah, man, you know, folks, you just don't know, man. So
Yeah. Let me go to what you done, brother Boom? Or did Boom break out?
He might have went through a dead zone.
yeah, I try to stay away from it from that perspective. So, but it's all good, man. You know, everybody doesn't enjoy um, the love of the game from the past, and it's nothing like going down memory lane. And that's just like, you know, with your wife or your girlfriend. And
Yeah, Boom cut out again.
All right.
That's all right, Rasta man. We're gonna get him right back to you.
yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, there you go. Dog Money in the super chat. Appreciate the support. Historically speaking, is what he meant to say. Game check or bet a few hundred as your game check. What did you guys do, Mr. Garcia?
Generally, if I was gonna, well, you always check them pretty good, you know, somewhere along the way. But if it was something I wasn't gonna match and I held back for breeding purposes, you know, I look at them pretty hard, real hard. Look at them like as if, you know, you got to have your your aftercare right, because you're gonna need it if you check them that hard. But other than that, you know, you're gonna see it somewhere in the shows, first, second, third, whatever. But that's something what a lot of people will talk about or what they did. You know, they'll give them some schooling, and then it's an old term. You know, their first match is their game check, kind of like that. You know, and there's some they check them hard no matter what, and before their first time, they're gonna make sure they'll stay. You know, that doesn't mean they always will. And the game was so, you know, there's so many aspects to it. You could check a dog what you think is pretty hard, and he'll still quit in a show, because the show plays out to the end, whether your dog quits or whether you stop it and pick them up, or whether you win, whether it's short, long, rough, hard, run hot, get tired, all that. And you don't always see that in you know, every dog, but you're if you do enough of them, you're going to see all of that. You're going to have all that happen. But that's something that people used to say, you know, their first match is their game check. And, you know, you're going to do that too, you know.
Right.
So that's kind of the way I did it. If I wasn't going to match them, if I was going to keep them, you know, for breeding, I'll check them pretty hard, and you better have some aftercare when you do that. Other than that, I'm going to school them out. And like Bach has talked about, you kind of do things with them their whole life to see where they're at, you know, when they're young, you know, like
Right.
I talked about last week. And then
Right.
you get a eye for them. You know, I looked at them when I thought, you know, I could take this dog into just about anything. I have a good chance of winning. If I thought they could win, I was going to do them pretty much like that. I've mentioned that before.
Okay. Welcome down, Ram. Your take.
Pretty much the same way OG Schoolboy just said. Like, you know, if you got one you holding back for breeding and you want to, you know, make him a stud dog or a brood bitch, then yeah, you going to check him real hard because you basing your future off of that shit. But a match dog, you know what a match dog look like if you've been matching dogs long enough. And you could tell if he got a good chance of winning or if he don't. The only time I would game check a match dog when he started doing funny shit. So I had to see then you start getting squirrely. I'm gonna leave you down there, see where you at. And bring another one in too. You keep doing it.
Right.
Until he's not a match dog no more.
Exactly.
All right. Brother Bach, what's your take on that?
I mean, well, like I said, you know, we've had this discussion whether it's been posted this way or several other ways, but pretty much the same thing. I'm not one like that's going to go out there and just say I'm gonna do my game check and do it for a little bit of money and do it because again, never did I ever do a bet with no dogs in my backyard. Never did no picking nobody that was sweet to go into. No greenhorn. Say I'm gonna do this shit for $500, $1,000, whatever. Whoever I'm going into is a bulldog. So I'm not getting ready to go over there and say, well, I'm gonna do a game check, but do it for little money and to get it done that way. No. As I told, like Brother Garcia just said, I fuck with my dogs from goddamn they little. Matter of fact, Champion Lexus Coop was rolled 17 times before he got him at 17 months. At 17 months. So you heard Pat Patrick say on film when he had the Russian people there, they said, what's your number one dog in your yard? He said it would have to be Rick Root. They said, why? He didn't say my name because we was beefing. He said because the gentleman had him, rolled him 17 to 20 times, 15 to 20, 17 times, whatever. It's a fact. I'm not going nowhere until I know every fucking thing about that dog of mine. Yeah, I don't never care about what you bring to when I get there. I never cared about that because anything you got, I already put on it. Every style, and I mean that. I'm not faking it when I say that. People who know me close have been and seen me goddamn school dogs out. Like I say, Ratliff, may rest in peace. Different people, they seen me do this shit that I'm saying. I put in every position to see what they're gonna do, so that I'm not gonna have to be there and be embarrassed because it was never the money. Especially back in them times, I had plenty of it, so I didn't give a fuck about the money. I never cared about the money ever. I don't want to take no L. The L meant worse to me than fucking losing some money. Shit, if I was doing things in that time, I'm making that money back in fucking one day. Back then, so I don't give a fuck about no money. I can't take the L. Never. I ain't never been good at losing. I don't give a fuck with spades, playing football. I'm one of them motherfuckers crying after the game we lose because I'm not a good sport of losing shit. A fight, me physically fight, ain't none of that I'm trying to lose. So I'm like, I'm not good at that shit. So no, I'm gonna check everything in my backyard, and I'm gonna see everything I need to see right there because I ain't worried. I'm doing worse to my shit than somebody great brain to do to it.
Yes, sir. Rasta Man Boom, your take.
My take is everything everybody done told you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't need to say nothing else.
Yes, sir. And we got pretty much this question here pretty much been answered by the last question. The long way in the super chat. Appreciate the support, fam. He says in school, the question should read, did you want, because nobody up here does nothing with dogs no more. He says, did you want to see your dog get his butt kicked real good, or did you want to prefer him kicking some butt, or a mixture of both? I think Bach answered that question.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. Next
I'll
question.
answer it real quick.
Oh, go ahead, schoolboy.
I want to see my dog kill everything in front of him every fucking time.
Right.
I don't care what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What we want and what we get is two different things.
Right.
You're going to see all that. You're going to see your dog ahead. You're going to see your dog smash. You're going to see your dog lose. But if you ask him what I want, yeah, I want a fucking killer that only goes 35 seconds at the most, and we go home.
Not 35 seconds.
Like
Yeah.
a lion, just get in there and just
Right.
right in your
That's
throat.
it. One bite,
shot.
one bite, it's over.
Do like when I was up to Ricky's and the guy came to me and said, "Yo, Boom," he said, "I like you. You want to win?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Now you bet on my dog." He said, "She don't. I think it's about 7 or 8, something like that." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "It ain't gonna take long." Man, I swear, 5 minutes.
Over.
5 minutes. I'm talking about he came and told me that shit. Damn. I looked, I said, damn, man, thank you, man, thank you. I said, shit, God, damn. I couldn't believe that shit, man. 5 minutes, it was over. I'm talking about out. I ain't talking about no alive. This man was gone. Damn.
Yes, sir.
Was Jason in there on him?
Yeah. Was that Noonie?
Huh?
Was it Ricky's dog or was that Noonie?
No, it was a white guy, and it was a brindle dog. I can't remember his name, man. It's been a long time, but I tell you what, man. He told me, he said, "Boom, you bet on this dog." He said, "It ain't gonna be long." I'm like, "Yeah." You know, we at Ricky's spot. You know, Ricky got the dogs, man. Shit, you know, most of the time I bet with Ricky. You know, my man said, "You bet with me." He said, "I like you, man." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, shit. Hey, the man done come and told me. He done gave me a warning, right? Fuck, I'm betting with him. So I bet with him. You know, man. 5 minutes over.
Damn.
God damn. So it be memorable moments like that, you know, and you know, like I said, you know, even when you with your queen, y'all talk about stuff that you did a long time ago. So that's all we doing, man. Just fun and enjoying the past.
Yes, sir. And the next question is, how long did you give your hound before culling it? And culling, we're just talking about removing the dog from your program, from the breeding program. We're not talking about killing dogs, ladies and gentlemen. So let's start with you on that question, Ram. How long do you give a dog? Did you give a dog before you culled him?
Shit, till he was fully grown. I'm a strong believer on waiting on the dog till he fully matured. And again, I always go back to my dog, Smart Alex. I thought he was cold till my other dog tried to hump him, and it turned that motherfucker into a cannibal. And he was, you know, a little bit over 3 years old until he cranked on. So I'm always patient. So you got at least 3 years before I call you out the program. You know, that way I could be sure it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Cause I done culled younger dogs and they turn out to be good than a motherfucker, and I'd be mad as a bitch. So
Right.
yeah, I'll wait on them. We was talking about that recently on one of the shows. Well, fucking give you a good dog and fucking dog you ain't won't turn out to be a fucking world beater. Like, goddamn, motherfucker, bitch that made champion shit.
Right.
So yeah, 3 years for me, bro.
3 years. Brother Bach, what's your take?
I mean, you know, it was a correct way of doing things, and it was incorrect, which a lot of people in the dog game, I don't care what period of time, have fucked up a lot of good dogs because of being impatient. And then also, like certain people who get certain bloodlines because they start earlier. Then you have some that they're gonna say, well, these dogs turn on when they get about 2 to 3 years old. So you know what I mean. Me personally, I can honestly say that what I should have done is what Brother Ram just said. You know, be patiently and wait on it. But in that sport is an impatient sport because you ready to hurry up and get to the goddamn race as soon as you can with whatever you got. A lot of times, and a lot of times, we rush what could have been fucking double grand champions. We didn't call the motherfucker because it didn't really even start yet. And so but yeah, the right thing to do and the right answer is always wait on them until they show you they're ready to go. Right? That could be 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. But most people, depending yard space and everything, they don't have that type of time within their own head, or they don't feel like they're gonna feed this other one because they got other dogs that's already showing them what they want to do. You feel me? So, but the correct answer is what Brother Ram said. Until they're grown and mature and showing you that they're ready to go. But did I do it? Hell no. So I'm gonna be honest. I fucked up a lot of good dogs.
Okay, yes, sir.
Shit, you and me both. Ain't no shame in that.
Right.
That's why I preach that shit now. I'd probably ruined some real good ones that would have been detrimental to the game had they was able to make it. Shit.
Roster man, Boone, how long did you wait before you called dogs from your program?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I'm a part of the same group. I fucked up a whole lot of them too.
Right.
They were good dogs, but I just didn't have the right mindset for what I was looking at. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty and the art of the game is from a young age transforming to understanding what you're doing in a sense that you make it better for you and your animals. This way everybody get a fair shake and you be patient. It's like self-discipline is a very important element in our life.
Exactly.
And so we have to develop self-discipline, but a lot of times, we caught up to he said this, she said that, they said this, that, D, and you got all the D in your ears, and you're doing D, and it don't make no sense.
Yes, indeed.
Yo, can y'all hear me? Cause
Yeah,
my
we heard
phone is dead,
Yes.
man.
We hear you.
Okay.
Right. Mr. Garcia, your take on that. How long did you wait?
Well, first I'll say all the information the rest of the panel gave is true and correct. We've all been there, done that. As far as how long I waited was if they quit, that was it. I was done with them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, indeed. Right. Let me see.
Short and sweet, right?
Yeah. Can't say it no other way, brother.
Mr. Anderson in the super chat, appreciate the love, man. He says, what was the most anticipated breeding or puppy that the panel has waited for? Brother Bach.
I'm still looking for it.
I hear that.
Right.
All right. Welcome down round.
What was the question again? I'm over here blazing up, bro.
What was the most anticipated breeding or puppy the panel has waited for?
Shit, I'm waiting now too. Shit.
Right.
I mean, as long as you breed, you still looking for that one. I mean, it don't matter how many
Exactly. Like,
still,
for real.
yeah.
Every breed not fucking make or interested in is in my mind, that's the motherfucking one. That's gonna be the best one out the litter. Right. They gonna be mad they sold me this dog.
Right. Right.
What about you, schoolboy?
I can't call it any different. I don't have dogs. So back in the day, the one the litter I anticipated was Big Red to his either Big Red to his granddaughter or Bill to Lucy. Bill was off of Big Red and Blondie inbred daughter Jeep, and Lucy was off of Brat's Champion Ninja and Miss Rowdy, which was Big Red's sister. So those were good dogs, man. I was real high on those because it was all my breeding for a few generations, and both of them worked out.
Right.
But if I had dogs today, I'd be just like these guys. You're always looking forward, looking ahead. You know, there's always you can do better, produce better. And they were spot on.
Yes, sir. Salute to the chat, man. Hams of the Lionhead, Arrowhead Kennels, everybody in the building. Salute to y'all, man. Hustle Feb, everybody salute. Smash that like button while y'all in the building, man. Hemi James in the super chat, appreciate the support. He says, what mistake was the hardest to learn, and how long did it take you to feel well versed in all aspects of bulldogging? Welcome down, Ram.
Everybody you know that say they're a dog man ain't a dog man and don't deserve to get a dog from you. Like, I've given away some good dogs to some fucked up shitty ass people, you know. That's one thing I had to learn, you know, to stop doing, because I genuinely want to see motherfuckers make it, no matter what aspect. If I can help you in life in it, I want to see you make it for real. So I give you some good shit and you just, you know, trick it off or sell it or don't do nothing with it. Just so many shits come into play that I regret that shit. But again, I knew I was the shit. I knew I made it when I moved to Chicago. 18, I was leaps and bounds ahead of them dudes when I was 18. That's when I knew, you know, I'm that dude. So yeah, I knew pretty early in the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Garcia, your take.
What Ram said, I guess, dealing with the wrong people. You know, you don't know that, you know, off the get, because you don't know people. You don't really know them. But eventually they'll show you what they're about, who they are, and you have regrets. And if you want to call it a mistake, it is that, but there's no way to avoid it. You know, you don't. Could be a relative, man. Could be your best friend growing up. The dogs make people go crazy. You know, they'll do shit that I won't say they wouldn't do otherwise. They would, because that's their character. But the dogs make it come out, you know, real quick. So it's the people involved in the dog. That's why you see a lot of older people. Not, and I don't mean old in age, but old in the dog game. The first thing they'll tell you if you ask them, why'd you get out? Most of the time they'll say because of the people. It ain't because of the dogs, but they get out because of the people involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Brother Bach, what mistake was the hardest to learn, and how long did it take you to feel you were well versed in all aspects of bulldogs?
Well, you know, I'm going to chime in on what the other two brothers say. You know, I'm a giving and trusting person. You know, and I love and very loyal to those that I love. And a lot of times, some of them could take that kindness for weakness because they're able to get over, or at least felt they do. Like Brother Rand said, I think, and I know Schoolboy probably get to say, I talk to hundreds of people a month with these bulldogs, and they come to me, and I'm not trying to sit there and pat my back or whatever. And I try to help them all when they come asking for questions, because I actually know that if I help them with their dogs, that it's going to help the dogs in the long run. Save the dogs a lot of trouble and the person as well. So you want to trust a lot of people, and what happens is the people that you trust will be the ones that fuck you the most. You understand? And then flip shit around and make it like it is in order to make they shit sound good. But it's truly them that a lot of times bit the hand that fed them. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that you ever truly get over it, because a lot of times you're still dealing with bullshit of shit that had you never goddamn let certain people get shit, they would have never had it for you to even had a problem to begin with. You understand? So anytime you have your dogs that you breed up or shit that you love and it's in the hands of somebody else that's either fucking them up or trying to you know, do other shit that can fuck you up, then, you know, you just say, damn, had I not did it, But either way, at the end of the day, it's always a learning experience, and it never stops. So it's not like only for it to stop is if you completely not fucking with the dogs at all, and or no shape or form of it. But as long as you had the dogs, you're constantly growing, whether it's with the people and the dogs, all together. Is a constant thing. So it's not something that you can say you actually mastered anything, as long as you continue going.
Right. Yes, sir. A question we got here for the panel is, why was the Jeep Redboy cross made? What traits do these dogs carry? Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, I've said this before. Not a lot of people know it. Some people think I'm a liar, and Steve Dunleavy is the one who came up with that idea. And in his mind, you're making that old rugged cross. It's COLBY and DIBO. That first, on paper, that's what it is. Regardless of how anybody thinks they're bred, that's what it is. That's what was in his mind. The other reason was the Jeep dogs, they high strung, they powerful, a lot of them only have one gear, and he thought if you cross the COLBY into it, it would slow them down. He wasn't familiar with the Redboy dogs, and they crazy too. So, but that was his reasoning. When he got the Redboy bitch from Katie Marlowe, Big Red's mama, they were talking about it, and it came up. Why are you getting the Redboy bitch? He go, I'm a cross the Jeep. That's what you should do. And he told him the same thing. This is why. So that's where the original idea came from. Katie Marlowe made the breedings first to Fanny and Tabby Girl because her dogs were grown. Dunleavy's were still pups, and he made the breeding after they grew up. But that's the reason for doing it. His reason for doing it. Somebody else might have a different reason, if they were doing it back then. And in my mind, you kind of get an all-around athlete, and there's some variances on that, but they ain't dumb. They're still strong and fast. They think a little bit, they bite good. Some of them are real hard biters, but on average, they're good biters, hard biters, not extremely hard biters. Although I seen some, Big Red's brother, he'd bite as hard as you could want, but he quit, and other ones, same thing. People will say they have short wins, they have longer wins, but that's the reason why it was made in the first place. And for me, they're just good, solid athletes,
Yes, sir. Brother Bach, your take on that? What traits do they carry? Jeep Redboy.
Well, it's funny because, like I said, the two biggest lines that I dealt with outside of the Pallet and Stompanato stuff was Jeep Redboy and, of course, Bolio. What I like about, I don't care who has Jeep Redboy. The one thing they all will say, a lot of times, is if you have a litter of 7, the percentages in those litters is always going to be, you're going to get about 5 out that litter that can really go hunt. Okay? You normally can get 5 out of there, which the percentages is like higher than most other percentages I see. So that was the one reason I liked about them. And they were very sturdy, straight ahead. Some more than others. Some of the tab stuff I was getting, I used to call them more like a crash dummy, a lot of them, because they were straightforward and they didn't really have too many other motions they gonna go through other than that way. They didn't really switch up. But I had some of the tramp stuff that was a little bit more smarter, I thought. So what I did is I went and got a pure inbred Jeep male and made my own breed. And love what we got because they were more wrestle, a little bit smarter, but still carried everything else. Straightforward bulldogs. Didn't hardly get a whole lot of curves coming out of none of the tab stuff that I was getting back then from Tipton, Albert White, and was a good buddy of mine back then. So I didn't get really no curves out of the shit. So I got it strictly to cross anyway. So very durable dogs, man. And they give your dog a good body structure. They were always pretty much heavy boned, and can take what they were able to dish. So like I said, I'm a big Red Boy Jeep fan. You know what I mean? Forever. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Walking down Ram. What's your take on the traits of the Red Boy Jeep dogs?
Shit, I always liked them for the same reasons Schoolboy said. I always looked at them as the old Dime DIBO cross. I always figured that the Red Boy dog's a little bit more sturdy, thicker on the bone and shit. And in my mind, I figured they did it because the Jeep was starting to get a little thin boned and shit like that from the breedings they was doing. So they put that in there. But that's just my thoughts. I fucking wasn't around to ask, and I was fucking grateful Schoolboy knows somebody, the originator of this shit, and how it came about. Because I always heard it was to put the mouth into the Red Boy dogs, and I don't know where the fuck that came from. Because I didn't see some pure Red Boy dogs that, if they didn't look like Red Boy dogs, you'd think they was Eli Carver dogs. They was biting so goddamn hard, especially that haymaker stuff. That shit had a bunch of mouth. So it's good to hear the truth. That's my take on it. As far as they traits go, though, them is some good rugged dogs. And like OG Box said, the percentages be high as fuck. Jeep Red Boy Cross, Jeep Red Boy JOCKO. Like, my Jeep Red Boy JOCKO male, he is a winner. His brother a champion. It was like another 2-time winner and another winner in the litter. Like, out of fucking 6. I think the only one that didn't make it died as a puppy. He probably was the best one.
Right.
So the percentages be high as fuck, bro. And get some real good dogs that could pretty much do it all. Like on average, like they're 8 all the way around the board. That's pretty hard to get past consistently.
Right.
But like I said, Schoolboy just gave us the truth on why it happened and shit. So everything else is speculation at this point. Is a fucking lie.
Yep. Salute to Smooth Monty back in the super chat, showing love. Appreciate you, Smooth Monty. He says, reminder for everyone, subscribe to Ram's channel. Most definitely. Ram, put the link to your channel in the chat, bro.
Man, I had told Ram to send that. One of y'all was supposed to send it.
Yeah, I was supposed to send it. Hey, Ram, send me after the show. Do it, and I'll start putting the link to Ram's channel in the description, so it'd be in every video.
Yeah, I put on my page so I can get people to get over it.
Yeah, right. I'll be straight and forget. Good looking out. Shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be forgetting right at the end. Be like, oh yeah, y'all follow me, motherfucker.
Right.
We got another question here. This is an interesting question here. Look, y'all. Is Pets Online the gospel of American Pit Bull Terrier breedings? All right. And the reason I ask that is because some people think that that's the gospel. They'll go to that Pets Online shit and look, and if they don't see certain breedings, then the breedings don't exist. You know, I don't know why that thing is the gospel nowadays, but let me start with Brother Bach on this one. What's your take on that?
Well, just to give you a hookup, you can call Patty and Adam from ADBA. They don't even go up there and look at anything on Pets Online. And if you deal with Judy out for Bonafide, the two, they don't use them. I'm not sure if Brother Schoolboy goes there as that's the hookup where he can say this actually is a legit pet or not. So most of the registries don't even go there. Pets Online, I've never had an account, but I do know that anybody can go on Pets Online and put anything up. You understand? Any breed they want to put up there, whether it's real or not. And a lot of times, I have buddies of mine who take their dogs down, and I might have went up there to be like, damn, what happened to the so-and-so dog? He said, man, I had to take the dog down because I'm tired of my partners coming to me saying, when did you breed this dog to this, that, and other? Anybody can go on Pets Online and attach their pet to yours. On just saying this might be like the breed to their dog. And it never, ever was bred. And you might see this shit 10 years later, like, damn, I didn't know they bred so-and-so. It never happened. They never bring. He don't even know this person, or she don't know this person. So you can't take what's on pairs online, because I see some of my pairs up there. It's fake on the name. Like my Terminator dog is not bred that way. That was Tyrone's uh, mother's littermate brother. But when you go look at Terminator, that shit ain't got none of that behind it. So, somebody went up there and just put the wrong damn thing up there. And that's being done all day by a lot of people. So no, you cannot go by pairs online who anybody with an account can write up and do whatever they want. Does not make that shit right. It does not mean that anything you saying has to be official.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Garcia, your take on the pairs online?
Yeah, two things. Consider the source and take it with a grain of salt. Everything Bach said is true. And I've seen my peds up there. I didn't put them up there. I don't have an account. I don't know who did. Some of the names are wrong. Some of them say unknown. I don't have no unknowns in my peds. So whoever put them up either didn't have the information or didn't know or didn't care. And it's good that this came up, because what happens is people use that as a mark of true pedigrees. I'm not saying that there aren't the real pedigrees of some dogs up there, and maybe a lot of them, but there's so many that are not real. There's so many that have double pedigrees. There's so many that missing information. There's so many that are speculation. I seen one said bully son bred the tornado on Peds Online.
Right.
They're 20 years apart, man.
Right.
So, and I know people use that as information. And I can't think of one dog that I've ever seen on there that I'm familiar with that has all the siblings, all the offspring on it. They're missing. They're not there. So if you're looking at it like this is true and correct, don't.
Right.
Because there's I don't know what their standards are for putting peds up, but like Bach said, anybody can put anything. And like I said, with my dogs, they're up there, but I didn't do it. And some of them are wrong. Some of them don't have the names. The names are there. They just didn't know them or whatever. So I would take it with a grain of salt unless you talk to the person that owned the dogs that are in the pedigree. And when you start going down that list of siblings and offspring and all that, throw all that shit out the window. They're not complete. None of them. If you look at Jeep, it shows a ton of offspring. That ain't all of them. Believe it or not, that ain't all the offspring. I know some that ain't on there that they're sired by Jeep back in the, it's like when they made talking about the Jeep Redboy cross when they first made it. Jeep was Dunleavy started getting them dogs in 82. So Jeep was retired in 79 or something. Yeah. Right. So those first breedings off of them dogs that were off of Jeep, a lot of them ain't on his sibling count. And that's with almost every dog I've seen. Even, people in the chat here. I don't know if Ram has his stuff up there, but if you go to, and Boom, maybe he does too, but Bakri, they don't have all his dogs on there. They don't have all of Tyrone's offspring and all that. They're missing a lot of shit. But what people do is they take that information and they say, this is it. This is true. This breeding,
right.
was made and no, dude, there's more than that. Or there's, there's different dogs under that dog, regardless of what dog it is. There's two dogs of two different pedigrees on a lot of dogs. I seen a pedigree of Bratz Champion Ninja, right? There's two pedigrees, but I seen one Bratz Champion Ninja sired Bratz Pirate. Okay, Pirate is Ninja's uncle. There's no way Ninja could be his daddy. He was his mama's brother. Right. So there's all kinds of shit like that. So I would just, I wouldn't even use it as a reference unless you know the pedigrees yourself for real.
Like I
And that's
said,
what I see
anybody
people
can go
do.
up there right now and put up a pedigree of any dog of yours or mine. I mean, it's
Right.
like you said, it's several pedigrees under certain dogs of mine. I didn't put none of them up there.
Right.
None of the ones that they're still showing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
a
And
person
they
like
don't have all the information. They'd have to come to
no,
you. If you
no,
bred the dog, I'd have to go to Bach and say, hey Bach, what is this the true breeding? Yeah. How many pups
right,
did this throw and that and do all that? They don't do
correct,
that. They just put
correct,
it up. They just put it
right,
up.
right,
Don't
Yeah,
follow what all that says. If you use it as a reference and you know the fact of the breedings and the dogs and
right.
all the siblings and all the offspring, then okay, that's good. But for the most part, you can't even do that. How you gonna do that unless you talk to the person that bred the fucking dog or owned
Very
all the
true.
pups, you know? So
right.
yeah, that's what always got me from the, who put this shit up here? How do they do that? And if I'm the owner, let's say Champion Bill's pedigree's up there, there's some mistakes in his, right? So he's my dog. I didn't put the pedigree up. I can't change the pedigree. I can't go in there and add the names of the unknowns that's in there. I can't include other offspring of his that are not in that in his offspring count. And he's my dog. So whoever put it, the person that actually owns a dog, if someone else put the pedigree up, the person that owns the dog can't do shit about it.
Right.
They can't change the ped, they can't correct it, they can't even remove it. So that's when you get into that, man, it gets real gray area that a lot of misinformation. But you have people come out here and say this is it, and this is the breeding, and these are all the pups. It ain't true. So that's how I feel about it.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to my homie Dr. Hood in the building. Walking down Ram. What's your take on it?
What up, Doc? Fucking same thing both the OGs just said, man. That's not the end all be all. And it is shits of my shit up there that I didn't even put up there. Like, what the fuck? This ain't how many dogs was born in the litter? Like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That's a good base to start, especially if the people who put them up there is some stand-up guys. Then that shit is gonna be true to the best of their ability. Now, what's behind it is what's behind it. If they didn't breed it, you can't fault them for that. If it's any funny money, but to the people who do believe that Pets Online is the end all be all, I got that fucking Blackjack Jr., the Black Widow litter coming up. This offspring, I'm gonna need 20 a pup, and I'm only letting 3 go. So, first person with 60 bands, you could get 3. That's a historical breeding, and I'll put the pedigree up on Pass Online for you so you can see it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, well, Ram, man, why don't you give us a disclaimer real quick, bro?
None of this shit is intended for, nor should it be used towards any illegal purposes or activities. If you is out there using it towards that, man, keep that shit to your motherfucking self. Don't tell nobody, because motherfuckers is telling on you without telling on you. Just talking too goddamn much. You feel me? Tomorrow Monday, so scratch hard as fuck into that bitch throat. Right in and go for the finish early. Get them out of there in 5 minutes if you can. In other words, be great tomorrow. As always, it's a pleasure talking to the OGs and my brother 7A Sports TV. Dr. Hood, I see you. We'll talk about that. I will be interested in promoting that. For real. Other than that, man, y'all be good, man. For real. Stay safe out there, because motherfuckers is stupid and can't fucking shoot. You don't want to get shot, nigga, while you pumping gas in a motherfucker across the street, nigga, he getting shot at. Stupid
Yes,
motherfuckers
indeed.
can't aim. So, yeah, keep your head on the swivel. Stay dangerous. Stay safe. Wrap that shit up or pull it out, nigga.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And make sure y'all go do register your dogs with schoolboys.
Hell
International
yeah. Oh, I
registry.
That's
dropped my
right.
link in the chat, too. So, yeah, y'all subscribe to your boy, man.
Yes, indeed.
But, yeah, if y'all ain't subscribed or got no y'all shit with Schoolboy yet, y'all lacking. I'm telling you. That
Let
motherfucker
me say
shit
this one thing
is the
too.
best in the
Somebody keep
business.
asking. Hold on one second, man. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep,
sir.
yep.
Okay, this question keeps asking. When I speak of the will, right? What it is, if you ever seen like Cox cable, whatever, and they got that spool, the big spool, that they got all that wire, the cable on, and they got two sides. It's like a table on either side. You can, and it's got the little hook up in the middle. What we do, we do is take the one part of that off, and then what we do is attach like an axle to it, and then put the bolts into the wheel, and then we take like a pipe coming out of the ground and we put it on top. And what we do is take a chain on one end of it and a chain on another end, and you put two dogs on it. And what they do is one's pushing this way towards one and one pushing the other way, and it's like a real good workout. I got that from the great master East Coast Assassin. It's one of the best things as ever when we bring our dogs, and they're super strong. I fuck with that way more than a treadmill, which when I use a treadmill, it's no more than 15 minutes, bro. I don't really fuck with a treadmill when I was doing it. You know what I mean? So, like I said, when people keep talking about a treadmill,
you talk about like an old school turnstile.
Exactly. Correct.
Yeah.
So
yes, sir.
You do that with your dog, and you do that until when you know that dog is really in deep conditioning, you will have to put 3 to 4 dogs on that dog because it'll start dragging the other ones. They'll start falling off. And then once you're able to do that, shit, that motherfucker will be ready for that for the night of the goddamn bear hunt, baby. You understand?
I be forgetting there's a lot of young homies that be in the chat. What up, man? I see you, homie.
Right.
But I be like, God damn, I remember I had a turnstile. I see people kept asking, I'm like, how you don't know what the fuck a wheel is, man?
Right.
But there's a lot of young homies who ain't fucking never seen that shit ever. But that's pretty much it right there, how he explained it. One of them big ass, like a big ass spool of thread, them big ass fucking cable spools. Yeah, you just get a strip one of them and make it like that, and like you said, it'll work. I actually kind of like that better than the goddamn Jenny. Actually, I might make another one. Shit, now that you brought it back up.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Well, man, I want to thank y'all for having another good show. Great show today, man. Thanks, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Bakri. Welcome down, Ram. I want to thank the brother Boom for coming through, man. And salute to the chat and everybody came through supporting us for another successful week. And we'll be back next Sunday, y'all. Spread the word, man. We'll get with y'all in a minute. We're up out of here. Peace.